Willis, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So I guess I'll just run into pain. I'm not gonna hit nobody. I'm just gonna run into people apparently. All right. So I guess we'll start this off kind of like normal. I'm not the commissioner, obviously, but we'll start with state of the state. We are looking at
I'm a little surprised I'm the only like trooper here.
1, 2, 7, 8.
Echo, I got to bounce. Start your fire.
Be safe, brother. All right, so we're looking at 17 troopers right now. Of that, we have 2 trooper 1s, 3 trooper 2s, 2 trooper 3s, a corporal, 2 sergeants, 3 lieutenants, a warrant officer, warrant officer 3, the chief warrant officer, the commissioner, and deputy commissioner. Oh, those got put in, cool. As you guys know, we've been rolling out with the new vehicles. Any gripes, complaints, any technical issues with that? And I already know about the Explorer's light pattern on the QRF vehicle being messed up right now. But is anybody else having any issues currently with any vehicles?
I mean, there's little stuff, I guess, probably on a good bit of them, but
Okay, like what?
I mean, it's just stuff you just get over though. Stuff we can't really do anything about, like lights not as bright as the old ones, but I think that's part of the model.
Okay.
So really, the only one that's broke per se that I can think of is Explorer, like you said.
I would say if you have anything to note it, because you'd be surprised how customizable those things are in its files.
Yep, that's why I wrote that down. And I'll take notes. I'll push it forward and see kind of where it leads, what kind of pushback we get on it. So I'm gonna do things a little bit differently than what the commissioner normally does. I'm gonna have the white shirts say their pieces in the departments. We'll open it up to the floor afterwards. One of the only notes that I really have for the last week is mind your speed when responding to calls. If you're going over the speed limit and get into an accident, RP that accident, play it out, but also be able to justify why you're going so fast. So I say that because we hear complaints coming from the other departments. Hey, trooper, we had a trooper like flying down the road to a call. It's like, okay, well, what was the call for? I need to know why you guys are going like flying down the road. So if it's a shots fired call, officer in distress, whatever, like justify the means on why you're going so fast. If you can justify it to me, then I'm okay with it, as long as it's justified. If you're like, hey man, I was responding to a clown thing and I was doing 150 to get to it in the city, like, no, don't do that. However, if a panic alarm goes off and you're at the docks in the city, absolutely. If you don't hear anybody else go into that, take off. And y'all can pin that on me. If somebody wants to complain, I won't say other words, but if somebody wants to complain about it, if you're responding to an officer down, if you're responding to officer in distress or whatever, I want you to get there. One, I want you to get there safely, but 2, get there. Especially if it's our own, get there. If nobody else is coming, if you've heard crickets on the radio, get there, because you might be the only officer or only trooper that's able to get out there and get to it. So keep in the back of your mind, yes, you're being seen. We got these new vehicles rolled out. Everybody's paying attention right now. We got new stuff. Cool. They're waiting to point the finger and be like, hey, they're speeding. Okay, cool. Why were they speeding? I'm going to come to you and ask, like, as the acting patrol supervisor, I'm going to come to you first and foremost and be like, hey, so I got notified that another jurisdiction clocked you at whatever. Why were you going so fast during this? If you can't tell me, then we're going to start rolling into like reprimands and you sit down, your counselings and all that, right? Don't make me do paperwork on you guys. That's something I've talked to the commissioner about. Like, there is a policy for it. It's just hidden. It's something in the process. I really don't want to have to like roll that out. I don't want any one of us to have to roll that out. So keep that in mind. Everybody's got eyes on us. We got new stuff rolling out. It's been less noisy than usual. I will say state has shown up and showed out a lot this week. There's a couple times I've been in where we rock the server, we have the majority, and we maintain that. So you're being seen. It's easy to complain when people, see you all the time. It's a good thing. So with that being state of the state, like I said, be able to justify why you're going so fast. If somebody pulls you over, especially government, or if a highway pulls you, somebody says something to you, be able to justify why you're doing it. If you get pushback, have them come talk to me. Give me the courtesy of the heads up, but tell them to come talk to me. We'll have that conversation. You guys have all implemented your new badge numbers. Is there any confusion on that? Everybody kind of acclimating okay to that?
I'm assuming I haven't been here in a minute, which is my apologies. It's been a busy June. I'm assuming it's working how it was before, where it's just on the vehicles.
Yes.
And call center
So,
ran this. Okay, cool.
yep, your license plates are the only thing that's changing. Your call signs are what you still use over the radio.
Okay, that's all I need.
All right. Oh. Payne, do you have anything?
I
Anything on
think that's
K9?
actually Brian.
I'm not paying.
Bro, I did it.
That's
Oh my
Brian.
God, it's taking me so long.
Wow.
Jesus. You can hit me, it's fine.
Nah, I wouldn't
Do
that.
it. Do it. Come on.
Nah, I don't have anything. Everybody's been doing a good job in my eyes. I mean, just how you said about the speeding, myself included. So, be mindful of that, and that's all I got.
Chief, you got anything?
Two things. One, yeah, the visor lights during the day, the red appear orange,
Okay.
like a slight orange, and that's not just in my eyes, other people as well. So I don't know if that's can be adjusted.
Part of that could be because sometimes when you spawn the vehicles from the menu, they spawn with a random wind tint. So when you spawn if for those that have the actual editation features, try changing the window tint to like the lightest or to none and see if that changes anything. Also clean the vehicle, because the vehicle can sometimes also have weird, dirty patterns.
Got it. Yeah, and my second thing is speed limits. Yeah, like Echo was saying. I just want to say though, there are server speed limits. I'm not going to be able to save you. Echo's not going to be able to save you if R2 catches you doing 150 through the city, even if you are responding to an officer call. They strictly enforce those speed limits, and they're server rules. So I would just be careful with that. That's just my opinion, and that's all I have.
I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. Sorry, making notes. All right. What do we got here? Cool. All right, Phoenix. We'll start my left and we'll go to right. Lowest to highest. You got anything?
No, I don't have anything. Again, apologies for me not being here recently. It's just been a really busy month.
Certain Brown? Was Sergeant Brown the one that said he was listening but not talking? I saw that come up earlier.
Oh, I thought you said lowest to highest. My bad.
I don't even remember. It might have been. I think it was him.
Okay. I mean, lowest. You're the lowest ranking, and then you're sitting next to a sergeant, so next highest rank. Sergeant C8.
Hey, do you have the Charger and the Durango on the list also? So just keep up with it.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. They are still being worked on. As far as my last track on them, I will reach back out and check the status of that. But as far as I know, they're still in the shop being worked on.
And then also some like deliveries for some of the K9 vehicles. I think the only one I know of that's got one is the new Tahoe. So I ain't got that one, so I don't have any that have markings. I don't know riders. I can ask him back.
All right, I'll push that up and see what's going on in that. That way I can lateral that over to Payne and make sure that he's tracking that.
Appreciate it. But besides that, that was it. But I mean, I know what he's talking about. What Mo's talking about with the lights. They do look orange. They're just dim.
Yeah, and then at night they go back to the bright red. So I don't know.
Okay. I wonder if that's almost a visual thing, just like the old 14 Charger. The slick top had blue lights, and if you ran them long enough, they turned red.
It also could be because I haven't really tested all that much, but I also might be an issue of just standard graphics versus like NVE or other graphical packages.
So when I'm in the devs test server, there's no problem with them. So I think it's probably something maybe server side here that could be tweaked or with the vehicles.
Yeah, there might be something wrong with like the color setup. I forget where the light bars can actually be configured in those files, but I know it's somewhere in there. At least I think it is.
Nah, they know where it's at.
Perfect. So I've got a note for that, and I will definitely push that up. All right, sweet. Currently, there are 27 in the server. So let's get out there, make our presence known, and kick ass. That's my one cuss word for this meeting. I think I did pretty good.